the street is that they're looking to target Caitlyn Clark. We got some tweets to go over, but what's first is we got a bit of negotiations for the WNBA actually signing to this Saudi-backed.
Alright, so the buzz is that people are looking to target Caitlyn Clark. We've got some interesting tweets to dive into, but first, let's talk about these negotiations for the WNBA possibly signing with a Saudi-backed league. Wild, right?
We're going to talk about this story right here because this story caught national attention. Then we're going to get into this whole connection between Caitlyn Clark. Now, it goes on to say, with CBA talks, Simran Aguma-Mike signs a new Project B deal, man. Former WNBA MVP, sorry, Shanae's her sister, Anika Aguma-Mike has signed a contract with Project B, the first player who is known to have joined the latest professional women's basketball league ahead of the 2026 season.
We gotta break down this story because it's been blowing up. Then we'll see how Caitlyn Clark ties into all of this. So, according to reports, with CBA talks seemingly stalled, Aguma-Mike signed a new Project B deal. This is about former WNBA MVP, Anika Aguma-Mike, Shanae's sister. She signed with Project B, making her the first known player to join this new professional women's basketball league ahead of the 2026 season.
Aguma-Mike, like other players in this league, will get undisclosed. Guys, the money is undisclosed. And an equity stake in the league. Project B officials have said the 66 players who they want for the league, the format calls for 6 teams for 11 women. Each will receive larger salaries than those currently of the WNBA. And my guess will be, oh, they're giving them $1 million. See, when your majesties, yes, your majesties, get involved, he has unlimited funds.
Details of Aguma-Mike's deal, like other players in this league, remain undisclosed. But get this, the money is undisclosed, and they get an equity stake in the league. Project B officials are aiming for 66 players total, split into 16 teams of 11 women each. And the kicker, these players will receive salaries that are larger than what they're currently making in the WNBA. My guess? They're throwing around $1 million offers. See, when your majesties get involved, yeah, those ones, they've got basically unlimited fun.
The salary to blow this thing up. Ding, 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 ding. John the Liquidator is available for interview. Hey, I'm available, your majesties. If you need me for anything, I ain't lying. If you need me to make 100 videos a day about Project B, I am here at your disposal, your majesties. Just cut the check. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling. Because they got an undisclosed amount of money. And y'all think they ain't. Bro, Caitlyn Clark is the biggest name in all of women's sports. Now, do I think she going to get 100 mil? No. But do I think she can get 50? No. Do I think she can get 10?
They're going to throw down whatever it takes to blow this thing up. Ding, ding, ding. John the Liquidator is ready for an interview. Hey, I'm available. If you need me for anything, I ain't lying. Need me to make 100 videos a day about Project B? I am at your disposal, your majesty. Just cut the check. That's where my head's at. They got an undisclosed amount of money. And if you think they ain't going after Caitlyn Clark, the biggest name in women's sports, you're wrong. Do I think she's gonna get 100 mil? No. But 50? Nah.
Champion around this. We need to blow this up. We need to blow this up. April to November. This is going to be the biggest thing. Smoking. They cutting the checks, bruh. Now, that would not interfere with the WNBA season, but it's going to put the WNBA out of business. And to me, I think it might, man, they're not going to have an off season probably, guys. Because the WNBA started in May. Now, if your team don't make it to the playoffs, then, you'll have a little off season. I think it might conflict with players being able to recover and stuff like that.
We need a champion for this league. We need to blow it up. April to November, this is going to be huge. They're cutting checks, bruh. This wouldn't even interfere with the WNBA season, but it could put the WNBA out of business. Honestly, I think it might. These players aren't going to have an off season. The WNBA starts in May, so if your team doesn't make playoffs, you'll get a little break. But this could conflict with players being able to recover and stuff.
Bro, Caitlyn Clark is the biggest name in all of women's sports. Now, do I think she gonna get 100 mil? No. But do I think she can get 50? No. Do I think she can get 10 to 20? Yes. Oh, hell yes. They gonna get, because we gotta realize this. When it comes to Caitlyn, her stock kind of went down a little bit. We all could agree on that. Hell, if you can't see Caitlyn Clark's stock that went down, you lying to yourself. Now, had this been last year or the year before, do I believe Caitlyn would got upwards 50 to 100 million? Yes. She definitely would have got 50 to 100 million. Right now, about 10, 20. You know.
Caitlyn Clark is the biggest name in women's sports, period. Now, do I think she's going to get 100 mil? Probably not. But could she get 50? No. Do I think she can get 10 to 20? Oh, hell yes, they're going to offer that. But we got to realize Caitlyn's stock has dipped a little bit. We can all agree on that. If you can't see that Caitlyn Clark's stock went down, you're lying to yourself. Now, if this was last year or the year before, do I think Caitlyn would have gotten upwards of 50 to 100 million? Yes, she definitely would have gotten 50 to 100 million right now. About 10 to.
With probably some interest or some finagle, later on. But we're going to get into Caitlyn later. We got to talk about this. It says why the financial specifics haven't been disclosed of the Pacific money amount, but the more lucrative compensation comes in an important moment for women's professional basketball, as the interest in the sport has soared in recent years. The WNBA and players unions are locked in intense negotiation. Now, we do know that they received a 30-day extension from Kathy over the collective bargaining agreement, and much despite centered on salary and revenue sharing. Now, in an interview with the Associated Press, the 35-year-old Aguma Mike said that the compensation package was the key to her signing. Guys, she said the money was the key. I bet you they gave her back. See,
with probably some interest or something worked out later on. But we'll get into Caitlyn later. We got to talk about this. Even though the financial specifics haven't been disclosed, the lucrative compensation package comes at a crucial moment for women's professional basketball. Interest in the sport has exploded in recent years, and the WNBA and its players' union are in intense negotiations. They got a 30-day extension from Kathy Engelbert on the collective bargaining agreement, which is mostly about salary and revenue sharing. In an interview with the Associated Press, 35-year-old Akuma Mike said that the compensation package was the key to her signing. The money was the key. I bet they gave her a bag up front.
He's gonna give her the bag up front. Hey, you know what? Bro, y'all ain't see Lil Wayne when he said that, bro, he had trouble at the airport, and Your Majesty said, you know what? I am sorry. This is ridiculous. What color Lamborghini do you like? Red, blue, or black? Lil Wayne said, I want the black one. And that's probably what she said. He probably said, you know what, Sinead? Why, don't negotiate with them. Come on over here. How much do you need? 10 or 5 million or 1 million? I'll take the 10. I'm telling you, dog, that's how this thing is going, man. Now, the Project B plans to play an inaugural season through April of 2000. And, guys, it's going from November to April. My goodness, during the offseason. Guys, this is big news. Bro, I believe, this is just my theory,
Your Majesty's gonna give her the bag up front. This reminds me of Lil Wayne when he had trouble at the airport. Your Majesty was like, I am sorry, this is ridiculous. What color Lamborghini do you want? Red, blue, or black? Lil Wayne said, I want the black one. That's probably how this went down. They probably said, Sinead, don't even negotiate with them. Come on over here. How much do you need? 10 million, 5 million, 1 million. I'll take the 10. I'm telling you, that's how this thing is going, man. Project B plans to play its inaugural season from November to April. During the WNBA offseason. This is huge news. Just my theory, but
instead, the Project B could officially end the WNBA with one move. Sign Caitlyn Clark and put exclusivity on her contract. Oh, my God. I'm fascinated by the question of how much the Saudis would offer her. By example, Canelo Alvarez signed a $400 million deal. I told y'all, when it comes to Your Majesties, they have no budget. What do you say? Center just made $6 million for simply playing 3 exhibition games. John Raheem's live golf signing bonus was 400 to 600 million. Oh, come on. There's more example and could be clear. All of the above feature. I'm telling you right now, man. This is significant because I'm not even trying to pronounce his name. Has already been reported to involve with Project B. And in addition, Shaq let it slip in the panel discussion that he and Turkey are working on the back.
Project B could end the WNBA with one move. Sign Caitlyn Clark and put exclusivity on her contract. Oh my God. I'm fascinated by how much the Saudis would offer her. Look at Canelo Alvarez. He signed a $400 million deal. I told you, when your majesties are involved, they have no budget. Remember when John Rahm just made $6 million for playing 3 exhibition games? His LEV golf signing bonus was $400 to $600 million. There are examples everywhere. And to be clear, I can't even pronounce his name, but he's already been reported to be involved with Project B. Plus, Shaq let it slip during a panel discussion that he and Turkey are working on a basketball something.
My point is that I suspect the pockets of Project B are quite endless. What have I told y'all? Endless. There is no safety on this clock, baby. They is about to open the bag. Hell, bro, they so rich. They could damn near start an NFL league. The Saudis got the bag. I don't know why it's so hard for him. Y'all think Caitlyn Clark ain't finna do this? You're tripping. You're tripping. Somebody said, check my timeline, brother. I called it first. Clark is getting $1 billion from the U. I wouldn't say $1 billion, but hell, you never know.
My point is, I suspect the pockets of Project B are endless. What if? Endless. There is no safety on this clock, baby. They are about to open the bag. Hell, they're so rich, they could damn near start an NFL league. The Saudis got the bag. I don't know why it's so hard for y'all to understand.
Now, had this been last year or the year before, do I believe Caitlyn would got upwards 50 to 100 million? Yes. She definitely would have got 50 to 100 million. Right now, about 10, 20. You know.
If you think Caitlyn Clark isn't going to do this, you're tripping. You're tripping. Somebody said, check my timeline, bro. I called it first. Clark is getting $1 billion. I wouldn't say $1 billion, but hell, you never know.
Tripping. You're tripping. Somebody said, check my timeline, brother. I called it first. Clark is getting $1 billion from the U. I wouldn't say $1 billion, but hell, you never know. You never know, bro. This thing is getting spooky. Endless pockets. Get down in the comment section.
Now, if this was last year or the year before, do I believe Caitlyn would have gotten upwards of 50 to 100 million? Yes, she definitely would have gotten 50 to 100 million right now. About 10, 20, you know.
You're tripping. Somebody said check my timeline, bro. I called it first. Clark is getting $1 billion front of you. I wouldn't say $1 billion, but hell, you never know. You never know, bro. This thing is getting spooky. Endless pockets. Get down in the comment section.